So in this video, we are going to learn how to automate ebooks and course sales with Razorpay, Google Drive and Pabbly Connect. Let's say you are selling some online ebooks or courses and you are storing those files in your Google Drive. And to collect the payment from your customer, you are using Razorpay. But the manual process over here is whenever you receive a new payment on Razorpay, you have to manually validate that payment and share the files from your Google Drive with them on email. But let me tell you, with Pabbly Connect, you can automate this process. So in this automation, whenever we are going to receive a new payment in Razorpay, automatically we are going to share the course file for which they made the payment from our Google Drive on the same person's email address as well. Now, if you want to know how you can set up this kind of automation, for that you just have to come with me to my screen.
So as you can see, this is the payment page which I have created using Razorpay to collect the payments from my customer. And I have the file, the PDF file or the ebook file in my Google Drive account. Now I want that using this payment page, whenever a customer makes the payment by entering their details, I want to send the file, I want to share this file from my Google Drive on the same email address which they have entered while making the payment. And to make this happen, we have to connect our Razorpay payment page with Google Drive. And to do this, we will be using an automation and integration platform named as Pabbly Connect. So here you can see we are on Pabbly Connect's dashboard. Now to reach this dashboard, you will get a free sign-up link of Pabbly Connect in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can create your free Pabbly Connect account in just 2 minutes. Now after coming to Pabbly Connect, we have to create an automation workflow in such a way that whenever a new payment is done, whenever we receive a new payment on our Razorpay payment page, automatically the details of that payment should be captured, should be received inside Pabbly Connect. And then using Pabbly Connect automation, we will send the details of the payment to Google Drive and we will share this particular file, or if you have a folder on your Google Drive, you can share a particular folder on your Google Drive with the same customer's email which they have entered while making the payment. So let's start creating this kind of automation workflow in Pabbly Connect without any coding skills. To get started, just click on Create Workflow and give this workflow a name. Let's say I want to name my workflow as Razorpay to Google Drive. You can basically give any name of your choice. After naming your workflow, just select the folder of your Pabbly Connect account, like I'm selecting Home folder, in which we want to create this automation. And then just click on Create. And after clicking on Create, here you can see our workflow is open over here. Now in this workflow, we have 2 different windows. First one is the trigger window and second one is the action window. So triggers and actions are basically those 2 concepts, those 2 principles on which this whole automation works on, where the trigger says when this happens and the action says do this. So let's start with our trigger window. Now the idea over here is, first we have to connect our Razorpay account, our Razorpay payment page with Pabbly Connect in the trigger window, so that whenever we receive a new payment, automatically the details of that payment should be captured, should be received inside Pabbly Connect, and this automation workflow should trigger, it should start. And after that, using this Pabbly Connect automation, we will send the details of the customer like their email address and name to Google Drive. And from Google Drive, we are going to share the PDF file, the document file or the folder of your choice with the same user who made the payment automatically. So let's see how it is done. Starting from a trigger window in Choose App, search for Razorpay. Just select it. After selecting Razorpay in trigger event from this drop-down, select the trigger event as payment captured. After selecting this trigger event, Pabbly Connect gave us a webhook URL. Now using this webhook URL, we are going to connect our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect and get the details of new payment which we are receiving on our Razorpay account in the Pabbly Connect workflow. Now you must be thinking how you can connect Razorpay with Pabbly Connect using this webhook. So to make this happen, just follow the instructions given below over here. Copy the webhook URL from here and go to the dashboard of your Razorpay account. So this is the dashboard of my Razorpay account. After reaching to the dashboard, from the left sidebar, go to Account and Settings. And then here you can see under Account and Settings, under Website and App Settings, you can see this option of Webhooks. Click on Webhooks. After clicking on Webhooks, here you can see a webhook is already added in my Razorpay account, but the status of this webhook is disabled currently. To add a new webhook, click on this Add New Webhook button And here it is asking us some details. The first thing it asks us is the webhook URL. Now here in webhook URL, we have to paste the exact same webhook URL which we have copied from Pabbly Connect just now. Just copy it from here and then paste it over here. After pasting the webhook URL, you can ignore the secret and alert email. And then in active event, here you can see a list of different active events offered by Razorpay. Out of all of this, we have to select the active event as payment.captured. And you can see the same active event is mentioned in this help text as well. Just select payment.captured, and in this way, we are telling Razorpay that whenever this event is going to happen, whenever we are going to capture a payment in our Razorpay account, automatically send the details of that payment to this webhook URL, means to Pabbly Connect. So after selecting active event, just click on create webhook, and this is it. We have successfully added this webhook URL in our Razorpay account. After adding this webhook URL, we have successfully connected Razorpay with Pabbly Connect. And now whenever we are going to receive any payment in our Razorpay account, automatically the details of that payment will be captured inside Pabbly Connect. And here in our Pabbly Connect workflow, it is showing us waiting for webhook response. This means Pabbly Connect is waiting to capture some details of a new payment from our Razorpay account. So this is my Razorpay payment page, and right now you can see I'm in the test mode of my Razorpay account. So let's enter the details of a dummy customer, and we will be making a test payment so that we can test that whether this connection is working perfectly fine or not. So let me enter the details of a dummy user. For example, the name of the customer is demo user. The email is this. The phone number is this. We are going to select the course. Let me enter a valid phone number with country code and plus sign. And after entering the species. Then this is the course. Now you must be thinking we have created a payment page for this particular course. Then still why I have added this field of course over here in this drop down. Now while creating the Razorpay payment page and connecting it with Pabbly Connect, it is very important to add this kind of field of course name or product name. And in that field, you can just give one single drop down and you can just give the option to select that. Now this is we have to do because whenever we connect Razorpay with Pabbly Connect using this webhook URL, after making the connection, Razorpay will send the data of each and every payment you capture on your Razorpay account to Pabbly Connect. But we want to set up this automation workflow for this particular payment page or for this particular product only. We want only the customer who are making the payment for this particular product or on this particular payment page. We want to share the ebooks, we want to share the files from Google Drive only to those customers. And while sending the data, Razorpay does not send any data related to the product name or product page name or that on which particular product page or payment page we have received the payment. That's why we have added this field. After adding this field, we will be adding a filter condition in our automation workflow in a couple of minutes, using which we are going to ensure that only the customer who are making the payment for this product, we will be sharing the ebook or the files or the folders or courses from our Google Drive only with those customers. That's why we have added this course dropdown over here with the same course name. Then after entering these details of a dummy user, just click on pay. And we are going to make a test payment over here. So let me select the test payment as card. Let me enter a card number. This is a dummy card number. The card holder name is, for example, demo, and this is the CVV. Let's click on pay now, pay without saving, and then let's enter a dummy OTP too. And it is done. Just now you can see we have received a new payment on our Razorpay payment page. So the payment is successfully received. Now, because we have connected our Razorpay account with Pabbly Connect, we will see in our Pabbly Connect workflow in this triggers tab, we have received some response. And in this response, you will see the details of this exact same payment which we have made just now. So we will just scroll down and here you can see the order ID of this particular order, of this particular payment. Then here you can see the phone number, the mobile number of the user of the customer which they have entered while making the payment. You can see the same first name and last name of the customer, demo user. You can see the same email address, same course note. So in the drop down, we have added a field for product name and here you can see the same product name as well. And we will be adding a filter condition on this product name too later. Then we will scroll down further and you will see some other details related to that. Like we have the email address of the customer who made the payment, we have the mobile number. We will scroll down further and we can see some other details related to that as well. Like we have the total amount with 2 extra zeros and all of these things. So in this way, we have basically received the details of the customer who made the payment on a Razorpay account or Razorpay payment page. Now, the step 1 of setting up this automation is completed. Now we have to move to step 2. In step 2, we have to add a filter condition on this course name or product name field. And we have to do this because, as I told you, Razorpay will send the data of each and every payment. Like in my Razorpay account, I have a bunch of payment pages over here. And if any of these pages receive a payment, Razorpay is going to send the details of that payment as well to Pabbly Connect. But we want to share this course file who are making the payment for this particular course. That's why we have added a field of course name and received the response. And now we are going to add a filter condition in such a way that if we get this particular response, if we get automation and AI ebook in response of this particular label, only in that case the automation will be continued further. Now to add this kind of filter, just go to the Actions tab and select Filter over here. After selecting Filter by Pabbly, in Action Event from the drop-down, select Filter Values and click on Connect. After clicking on Connect, here the first thing it asks us is to select the label. And here in this drop-down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Razorpay of a new payment. So these were all the responses. These are all the details which we have received from Razorpay of a new payment being captured. Out of all of this, here in Select Label, we have to select the label of the course or the product name. So this is the label of the product name where we have received the name of the product for which the customer is making the payment. So just select this particular label and select label. The filter type will be equals to, and the value will be the exact same value which we have entered in the drop down. So this is the exact same value which we have entered in the drop down. The customer can't make any changes other than selecting this particular value. So we have to enter this exact same name, exact same text in the value field over here. So we have selected the filter type as equals to, and we are going to enter the same value and click on Save and Send Test Request. Now after clicking on Save and Send Test Request, it is showing us that the condition is true. This means if we are getting this response, if we are getting the value as automation and AI ebook from this field of course or product name, only in that case, this automation workflow will be continued further after this step, and we will share the course file from Google Drive with the users. In other cases, if the customer make the payment for some other product on our Razorpay payment page, in that case, this automation will not be continued further. Now after completing step 2, let's move to step 3, the final step. Click on this Add Action Step button over here. And then here in Choose App, search for Google Drive. Just select it. After selecting Google Drive, in Action Event from this drop-down, select the action event as Share a File. Now, either you can use this action of Share a File or you can use the action of Share a File and Folder as well. It is completely depending upon what kind of file or folder you want to sell. If you are sending a bunch of files stored in a specific folder of your Google Drive account, you can use this action of Share a File or Folder as well. But right now, we are just sharing a file. We are just selling a file, a single file. That's why I've selected Share a File over here. Then just click on Connect and select Add New Connection. Now here we have to connect our Google Drive account in which we have stored our ebook or the course file or the files which we are selling. And to connect our Google Drive account, just click on this Sign in with Google button. Then just select your Google Drive account in which you have stored your file, scroll down and click on Allow. And as we click on Allow, we will see our Google Drive account will get connected with Pabbly Connect. After making this connection, the first thing it asks us is the file ID. And here in this drop-down, you can see a list of all the files which we have created in this Google Drive account. Out of all of this, the file which we want to sell is named as automation and AI.pdf. So this is the course file. This is the particular PDF which we want to sell, automation.ai.pdf. So I will be selecting the same file from this drop-down which I want to share with the customer who made the payment. Then after file ID, it is asking us the email. That what is the email address of the user, email address of the person with whom you want to share the file. So here in the trigger step in Razorpay responses, we have received the email address of the customer as well. Like while making the payment, the customer entered their email address and we have received the same email address over here in the trigger step response to. Now we want to share the files on this same email address. And to do this, we have to map this response of customer email over here in this Google Drive action step from the trigger step. And the process of mapping is very simple. Simply click on this field of email and here from the drop down, you can see a list of all the responses which we have received from Razorpay. And out of all of these responses, select the response of email address and it will be mapped. In this way, whatever email address the customer is going to enter on the payment page, on the same email, we will be sharing the files from our Google Drive account. After selecting the email, after mapping the email address, it is asking us for the role, that by what role you want to share this file. It can be can view, can edit or can comment. So I just want to give the view permission. I don't want to give edit or comment permission to this particular file or document to the user. I just want to give the view permission. They can either view the file or they can download it. That is it. I don't want to give any other permission. That's why I've selected the role as can view. And after selecting the file, mapping the email address and selecting the role, just click on save and send test request. Now when we click on save and send test request, here you can see we have received some response. And this response seems to be a positive response to us. This response shows that the file which we have selected over here from our Google Drive, this particular file is now shared with the user with this email address. So let's check it. We will go to the email inbox of this person. So we'll just go to a new tab, go to Gmail. Let's go to all mails. And yes, here you can see this particular person has just now shared a file with you. And here you can see this is the same file of automation and AI.pdf which we had in our Google Drive account. So in this way, whatever file you are selecting or whatever file or folder you are selecting in this automation workflow here in file ID, the same file and folder will be shared with the customer who is making the payment on your Razorpay payment page. This means the automation workflow which we have created in this video, this automation is working perfectly fine. Now after setting up this automation, what we want to do, we want to test this automation workflow once. For testing, we will go back to our payment page and this time we will be entering the details of a new user. So let's select the name of the person as test, the last name is customer, test customer, the email address is this, let's enter a dummy mobile number over here like +91 and then let's select the same course. The amount is fixed, let's click on pay. And we are going to make another test payment using the test card. So this is the test card number. This is the expiry. The card holder name is test. And then this is the CVV. Let's click on pay. Don't save the card. The OTP is this. And we are done. So just now we have received another successful payment on our Razorpay payment page. And after receiving this payment, we will see instantly within few seconds, this same course file which we had in our Google Drive will be shared with the same person whose email address we have entered while making the payment. So we'll go back to the email inbox and yes, here you can see just now we have sent an email to the same customer, to the same person who made the payment on our Razorpay payment page. This means the automation workflow which we have created is working perfectly fine. Now you will see in this particular file in our Google Drive account, if we go to the share permission, then here you will see the same file is shared with two users right now. This is the first customer who made the payment, that was demo, and this is the second customer whose details we have entered just now while making the payment, that is test. So right now this file is automatically shared with two users, two customers who made the payment. So in this way, you can basically create and automate the complete process of selling digital downloads online. Now, after doing this, what you have to do, you just have to promote your product, you just have to promote your course or ebook. And after promoting it, whenever the customer is going to buy the product or the ebook or the service from Razorpay, automatically you can share the file from your Google Drive as they make a successful payment. So not just these applications, you can connect plenty of other applications with Pabbly Connect. And one more important thing, you will find the clone link of the same workflow in the description box below. By clicking on that link, you can clone the same workflow into your own Pabbly Connect account and use this automation workflow for free.
If you have any kind of doubts or queries, you can post them on forum.pabbly.com. So if this video was helpful to you, you can obviously like this video, comment down your suggestions, and don't forget to share it with others. So guys, that's it for today's video. Thank you. Have a great day.